I have to go now, forever. It's been so long since I last ate, and I'm craving a slice of meat. Bloody, crisp meat. Goodbye.
Oh, hey Jasper. Good morning.
Oh. Hey, come on, wake up.
I am awake. Save them. We need to save them. Need to light the beacon.
What? But we will. You found the black stones, and we'll use them, no matter how hard this Korak tries to stop us. But first of all, you should calm down a little. No offense, but you look like shit.
I'm fine. What happened? Why are you here?
Shock of shocks, because I heard you screaming.
Yep.
Plus, look, about that talk we had in Silver Cloud, that was a pretty disgraceful performance on my part.
Yes, it was.
It's just that the past few moons were a lot for me to deal with. Let's put it that way. And what happened to Adela, it was the last straw. I guess what I'm trying to say is, sorry. I said a lot of bullshit down there, which you didn't deserve.
That's okay. Was it the truth, though, that you would have sold me to Kark for a handful of... No, no. We're good. Don't worry about it. Honest answer, I don't really care about your moods. Your own sister tried to kill you. I think that justifies quite a lot. How are you holding up, by the way? No, we're good. Don't worry about it.
Happy to hear that. But, be that as it may, Skyrim and the Archmagister asked for you. It's about this Numinos thing. Best you go see them as soon as possible.
Yeah, will do. Where are they? At the beacon?
No, in the Chronicum.
Oh.
And one more thing before you leave.
Uh-oh.
Kalia, the sad-looking girl. How do you feel about her?
Uh-oh. We're friends? Why do you ask? Yeah. Oh my goodness, lots of pop-ups. Yes, we're friends. Why do you ask?
Just curious. Thanks for being honest with me. We'll catch up later, okay? Take care.
If you want to date her, I'm okay with that. I do think you have a lot of stuff in common, actually. And on a different level, but... You could make a good couple, maybe? Alright, well, some normalcy has come to this place. Right.
You were there on Half Moon Island, weren't you?
Yeah.
Why would that Korak do such a thing?
The Chronicum is here.
I'm not sure if this is wise.
No chance is better than two. That's how the saying goes. You should talk to the Grandmaster.
Oh, hey.
He called for you.
Did he now? How nice. Then I suppose I'll answer the holy call of duty. Walk blessed, Archmagister. Ah, Prophet. If you have a moment, I'd like to talk. Just come upstairs when you find the time.
There you are. Have you recovered?
Yeah, as good as it gets. What's the situation?
Well, I suppose as good as can be expected under our circumstances. The Truchessus sent half our Arcanists to reinforce the gate sigil, which makes working on the beacon harder, of course. Furthermore, the nightmares have become worse, and more reports of the Red Madness are coming in. It's tragic. Truly tragic.
More cases of the Red Madness?
Yes. Citizens are disappearing from the city, and our outposts are finding them in the wilderness, starving and delirious. And even worse, they are extremely violent. Take care if you're on the road.
Oh, so we're not locked in here. Okay. Do you think the High Ones are gaining power?
Oh yes, without any doubt. The war has made things far worse. It's almost as if the High Ones draw strength from the chaos. Or maybe it's a sign that the cleansing is approaching. I don't know.
I see. That's the progress with the beacon. I've been told that you found a lead regarding the Numinos.
Well, let's say we have a lead to a place where we could find a lead.
That's
But let
something.
me start at the beginning. While you were sleeping, someone tried to break into the storehouse of the garrison. A starling named Kamai.
Why did he break into the storeroom?
Well, brace yourself. He said he was looking for shadow steel, because he's been working on a starship for 2 decades now. He wants to use it to find the forgotten homeland of his people.
Forgotten homeland?
Yes. Doesn't it ring a bell? The Star People believe that their ancestors were born in a forgotten place among the stars. A place without war or hunger, where everyone lives in perfect harmony. All the technology, all the machines that we owe to them were invented to help them get back to this place. A very nostalgic idea. It really is, but unfortunately, a lot of Star people have died in that quest. The starships have crashed, or they simply disappeared. Up until now, no one has ever found the Star City. Kumai, however, claims that he can do it.
Oh, how does this involve the Numenors?
Well, bear with me. At first, of course, we all considered him insane. He was begging and pleading and insisting that he was just an inch from finishing his ship, and that it really could get him to the Star City. Well, unlike the others, the Grandmaster listened to him, and he ordered the scouts in Doomville to look for the cave where he claimed his workshop was. And you won't believe it, but they found out two things. First of all, the ship really does exist. And secondly, he says he used ancient Starling plans to construct the ship, which were handed down for generations in Anku, the Starling city on Nerin. We had a look at them. They look very similar to the plans we used to construct the beacon.
Similar? Were you implying that the ancient fathers of the Starlings, who apparently live in the Forgotten City, are also the ones who created the beacon?
Well, either that, or the ones who created the beacon also helped the ancient fathers build the Star City. There's no way to know for sure, but either way, what it does mean is that the ancient fathers must have known about the cycle, and therefore about the High Ones and the cleansing.
And you think they could help us find out what the Numenors is?
Well, let's put it this way. If anybody knows, it's them, and it's definitely the best lead we have found so far. So, in other words, what that means is that we need to help this Kermai finish his ship, and that we will accompany him on his journey to the Star City.
You're kidding.
Just imagine if it works.
You're actually kidding.
A city in the stars that has lasted for millennia. It's unbelievable. Truly unbelievable.
Okay. You do know how seriously crazy this sounds, right? In other words, it's our goal to get the ship flying, to travel to the Star City and find the Numenors with the help of its citizens. Did I really wake up in the morning?
You make it sound so easy. But in a nutshell, yes, that's what we need to do.
Okay, how do we proceed with this crazy plan of yours?
First, you should visit Kamai's workshop in the Powder Desert. The Grand Master and some Arcanists have already left. And, needless to say, be vigilant when outside the city. The Neromese might not be careless enough to have their camp right in front of the gates, but they have established outposts all over Enderal, as you have undoubtedly already noticed. You are familiar with teleport magic, aren't you? Here, take this scroll. It will transport you directly to the Powder Desert. I need to get back to my studies now. The more we learn about the beacon, the more fascinating it becomes.
Well, well, if it isn't the prodigy. Say,
So, let me-
is it true that you're an elementalist?
Shut
The
up.
keepers told me. We should have a chat someday. Seems you could teach me a thing or two.
Yes, maybe how about be quiet when people are talking to other people?
Let's
Okay.
hope he knows what he's doing.
Didn't the other guy say I should meet him upstairs or something? Not here. Oh, yes. Oh, he's here. Hello.
There you are. Lashari brought that map from some Parayan ruin a couple of weeks ago.
Which
It's
map?
confusing, doesn't it? She said it contains more knowledge about the Parayans than all the tomes in the Sun Temple's library put together. And now she's gone. Just like Constantine. It still feels surreal.
Everything does. Everything does at this point. Something's on your mind?
Well, let us say that I have been thinking a lot about the decisions we make in life and where they lead us. But let's not talk about that now.
Okay. You wanted to see me, though.
I did, yes, because I require your help in a personal matter.
He would not ask if it wasn't important, I'm sure. What do you need?
Hard to explain. Come.
Okay.
Fair enough. Where do I start? Imagine
beginnings.
the following scenario. You're in an old fortress. Suddenly a door opens and a bandit charges in.
Firewall!
Before you even realize what is happening, he raises his bow, nocks an arrow, and fires it straight at your throat. What happens next?
Well, you die. Summon a thaumaturgical barrier to ward off the attack. Yeah. The arrow misses me? That sounds like me.
That is one possibility, yes. And it might be the one you would experience. Truth, however, is a bit more complex than that. Reality branches off into millions of new realities. One in which the bandit kills you, one in which he gets hit by a falling piece of rubble from the ceiling, one in which a tunnel spider jumps out from the shadows and kills him. The possibilities are endless. Everything that can happen will happen, and creates a new eventuality in the process. Another reality.
So even if I survive the arrow in one reality, I die in another?
In a million others, yes. There might even be one where a magical anomaly suddenly transforms the bandit into a Mirad. Everything that can happen will happen. This is the nature of our universe.
The sea of eventualities. And I'm right to assume that your request has something to do with this.
I'm getting there. I assume you know that this mechanism is also the reason for the existence of magic. An Arcanist is able to transport eventualities from one reality into another, and thus perform feats considered supernatural. So far, so good. But what if there were a way to not only bring elements of other eventualities into ours, but to travel these other realities physically?
Travel them? You're talking about stepping into a parallel world?
I am indeed.
How in blazes is this possible? Actually, it actually makes sense, right? If every time that I cast, say, summon soil elemental, I get a Rocky from another reality, why shouldn't a Rocky in another reality cast a summon Benedict spell and I pop up? Seems like it hasn't really happened. But now that I say that, maybe that is actually what is happening. Maybe I am not the person who's summoning Rocky, but in reality, well, that's a weird word to use here, but what's actually happening is that in another reality, a Rocky is summoning me. And I don't really notice the difference because the worlds look exactly the same, except for the presence of the Rocky. And then I help the Rocky defeat some bandits or Vatirs or Lost Ones with my fireballs. And, oh my goodness, this actually makes a lot of sense. Because remember when, for example, the wolf was scared of water and the other summon friends I have? I run away all the time. I'm just like them. Oh my goodness. Okay, how is this possible?
Well, this is where it gets exciting, isn't it? With the Planeswalker. Come, let us sit.
If your story involves a city that's a big giant Taurus, a donut-shaped thingy, then I'm gonna call you crazy. I mean, I might anyway.
Have you ever heard of the name Dalmarek?
Probably. The keeper who destroyed Thalgard and the Sunfire?
That's the one. What hardly anyone knows, however, is that Dalmarek's experiments reached far beyond the Sunwheel. Among other things, he worked on a device called the Planeswalker, a combination of Endralian mentalism and Paraean technology.
And this device allows its user to change realities.
Temporarily, yes. Sadly, Dalmarek never had the chance to finish it, since he was too busy blowing up Thalgard.
Sucks. So you're planning to rebuild the Planeswalker, aren't you? Why? To save Lishari, he says. This is a bit out of the blue, but that would make sense.
Lishari? No. Even if we were to find a reality where she didn't die, we couldn't bring her back. Suffice it to say that there is something I need to see.
Who killed
Something
her?
I want to see. To be honest, it wasn't my intention to drag someone else into this. But there's no other choice, so here we are.
Could such a device help us in our battle against the cycle?
It could, but not that much. Other than what I'm planning to use the Planeswalker for, we lack a concrete plan for using it against the cycle. The only thing we could do with it is use it to blindly glimpse into other realities and hope that we can gain information in the few moments we have there. And for reasons I will elaborate on later, traveling into other realities is quite dangerous. In other words, it's not worth the risk. No, Prophet. Our fight against the High Ones is one we'll have to fight in this world. There's no way around that.
The term world, if every decision or every event splits off thousands or millions of realities, is a very, very, how shall I put this? Is a very creative choice of words then. Shouldn't we concentrate all our resources on this search for the Numinos? No, let's just hear them out. Okay, so you need my help to rebuild the Planeswalker.
Indeed. It would mean a lot to me, if that's worth anything to you.
Sure, but what are you actually... All right, when do we start? But why are we doing this? You should tell me, actually. But, okay, where do we start?
Well, first of all, we need to acquire 2 materials I wasn't able to find here in Ark. The ether crystal and a special kind of alloy. According to my research, Dalmaric's old laboratory in Thalgard would be a good place to start our search.
An ether crystal?
Yes, I'll tell you more about it later.
Why me? Couldn't your Neremese allies help you with this one?
You mean Jakil and Mjoral? Yes, they could. But their magical talents aren't anywhere near powerful enough to help with the activation ritual. Also, son knows why, I can't help but feel a certain amount of trust towards you.
Okay, all right, good. That might be just a phrase, but still, whatever. Flattery will get you further, I guess. Where's this laboratory?
Right in the middle of Thalgard's contaminated areas, so it will be dangerous.
Great.
You have a map, don't you?
Yep.
Here. That's where we should find the entrance. I have some preparations to make first, so let us meet there shortly. Ah, and one more thing. I would appreciate it if we could keep this matter between you and I for now. I know I've said it before, but this mission is personal, and I'd rather not have to justify it to Aranthiel. Firstly, because it's a personal matter. Secondly, it's too much of a risk as long as Khalim and his helper are still sauntering about. The less people know of this mission, the better.
If I'm gonna risk my life for this, I want to know what it's about, at least the essentials.
The essentials. Well, suffice it to say that what happened to Leshari and Constantine have made me question certain things. I know that they gave their lives for the greater good.
Yes.
Frankly, there have been times when I've found it hard to stay true to our cause. I am hoping that what I'll find over there will help me regain some sense of purpose. Yes, I know, probably not the answer you were hoping for. But it's the best I can do for now. Forgive me.
Okay, no, that's all right. What is this activation ritual, though?
Oh, that's complicated. We'll talk about it once we get there.
Okay. As long as it doesn't include human sacrifice, I'm in. And even then, I mean, if we can't find the right human, I mean, there's this Kornak person outside the city. We could use him, maybe. Anyway, let's get us started.
We will. I will meet you in Thalgard.
All right. Well, there are so many things and so few words. All right, before I leave here, because this is a place of relative tranquility, let me look at all the notes I took during all these meetings. So, the fragments, yes. Okay, the myths and legends. Okay, so I need to travel to the Starship Manufactory. I need to meet Islam in Dalmaric's old abbey in Thalgard. Old abbey? No, don't tell me this is the Abbey. It is the Abbey. Okay, I guess we're going back there. Alright, where's the starship thing? Oh, that's actually not too bad. Alright, well, first thing first though. Let's get out of here. Okay, looks like we're more or less back to normal. Except for the wounded here. He is still moving, so that's good.
I can't believe Sigil Berabatar betrayed us, not him.
I can. Right, first things first, I have to check in on my
You're not from around here.
properties and see if it got burned down or anything.
Yes?
Well, the dog is still okay. City isn't too badly off. No, okay, so I think this was far enough away from the attack that it didn't take any damage. Nope, this looks still good. And let's go to the marketplace and also check there. So there is some damage here. Let's see, okay, so the Myra Tower is okay. Yep, I see the Myra. Oh no. Oh, Neremi's corpse. Hello. Why would you help him? You're harvesting him for body parts, aren't you? This is... Wait, no. Harbor. Yes, this is the harbor. So this should in theory be closed, right? Unless we did liberate the harbor. Yeah, so this is closed. Yep, and they did actually crucify our soldiers. Oh, I should say the Enderalian soldiers is not really mine. Who was just crying? Hey, you. Here.
Oh, thank you. You truly are a good person.
No, it's just like prices are gonna skyrocket. You'll need food. So invest it wisely, I guess. Yeah. Okay, well. I can always get out of here with the Myrid. And with... Oh yeah, this has certainly seen better days. Yeah. Yeah. It's all falling apart, isn't it? I mean... I'm still not convinced that the beacon is actually a good thing. Again, it seems like we're hellbent on finishing the thing. Who knows? Maybe I'll find more information. However, we're gonna fly to Duneville. And now that I arrived in Duneville, it occurs to me that it would have been a lot smarter to fly into Wellwatch if I am going to meet Ruslan in the Abbey. Now I could walk up here. It's no problem. It's not really that far. But honestly, I think I've earned myself the right to be a little lazy. Oh, hello.
Just make no trouble when you get home.
And once more, I am here in Wellwatch. And once more, I have to go to a terrible place. And that terrible place is the Abbey that I was just in mere days ago. Oh well, at least we know what awaits us. So, Sparky. The thing is, if there are literally an infinite number of realities, then it also stands to reason, like if everything that can happen does happen, then it stands to reason that at least in one reality, somewhere the right word, but it stands to reason that in at least one reality, a creature or a species, a race, a people, whatever you want to call them, creatures would emerge that not only have the natural talent to see these other realities or maybe even travel there, but, and this is where the whole harvesting thing comes in, maybe to actually draw nourishment from them in some form. I mean, it really makes sense, doesn't it? Like, on a very basic level, if you are, let's say you are a wolf, right? Because wolves, we had plenty of wolves, right? And if you're a wolf who can, you know, travel or whatever to other realities, then you would travel to a reality that has a doe right in front of you. And not only a doe, but maybe a doe that's just a little slower than you are. So you travel to that reality, and you jump, and you eat it. And, you know, maybe you have to search for that reality a little bit. I mean, I don't know how that would work. But it totally makes sense, right? And then you would be back in your reality with a full belly. I mean, this might be naive, as I really have no idea how the mechanics of that all would work. But if there are an infinite number of realities, then that also has to happen somewhere. And if that's not a wolf, but an intelligent species, then, well, maybe they would go out and just devour one reality after the other. And maybe they even find a way to, well, not destroy the people of those realities, but, you know, that's where the cleansing comes in, right? So they would just go in, you know, burn everything, eat all the burned corpses, except maybe a few that they forget or whatever, and, you know, maybe they would just leave enough over that, you know, just like a farmer, right? Like a farmer with a field. It's, you know, it's a harvest. Let's stick with that metaphor. So what they would do is they would just leave enough of the people alive that they could repopulate the planet. And, you know, like 1,000 years later, you would just go in again and just eat everybody again. And if you do that, it's just a corner of the sky there. This looked odd. Yes, I'm easily distracted. If you, let's say you need to, like, destroy one world a year. Let's say that's enough nourishment for all your people, right? And it doesn't really matter. It could be one every 5 years, one every year, every month, every week. It doesn't really matter. Then you just need as many worlds to harvest until the first one that you harvested is ready again to harvest when you're done with the last one. So let's say you need one a year. It takes, I don't know, let's say 1,000 years would mean you need 1,000 worlds. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? It does have one advantage, and that is that it is a simple theory of what is going on. No complicated ideology, no complicated, you know what the High One said about wanting to make some dreaming entities reality or whatever. I mean, sure, whatever, but alright, let's be a little careful here, although I suspect the undead are all still resting. Hello, undead. Are you still resting? Would say that's a yes. I think I can even still see. Oh, that's a crystal, isn't it? It is. Right. Okay, so they are resting. That's good. That's not where we need to go. Yeah, it's a very simple theory. And it does fit some of the facts. Well, not facts. I mean, I call them facts, but I really wouldn't know. Like, I mean, I only have other people's words for things. My own experience is pretty limited. I mean, I've talked to the high ones, but then I just depend on the word of the high ones. Talk to the Veiled Lady, and I just depend on her words, right? I don't really have any empiric evidence for any of this. And there might not be a way to get any. The Veiled Lady is the big question. How does she fit in this? She says she's sort of more than that. I mean, she could be a true goddess, right? Like, the Lightborn were sort of playing God. The High Ones are just, quote-unquote, harvesting realities. But they're still very limited in what they can do. Because, I mean, they can obviously not just change things at will. If they could, then this would all not be necessary, right? They could just go in, prevent me from living, could destroy the beacon, they could just do whatever they want, right? But they can't, so they have limits. Now this Veiled Lady also seems to have limits, but they're different limits. And I'm not sure exactly what the point of that is, right? I mean, obviously she needed some disciples, or what do you want to call it, who sacrificed themselves so that she could live. It could be the same mechanism as the High Ones. That would make sense. If it works for one category of beings, then it would work for multiple ones. But maybe instead of just going in and devouring a whole nation, I mean, she's just one person, or one entity. Person might be the wrong word. So she just needs 7 disciples, and we don't know how often she did that, right? I mean, she could have done that once here, once in Nerim, once in another place. I mean, it does seem to be a bit of a roundabout way of obtaining food, but it might just be a moral thing. Like, she has to have willing things. She said she doesn't want to appear to be the villain, right? And if she just goes in and murders 7 people, then, you know, that would be maybe a little too obvious. But if she manipulates 7 people in killing themselves, then she's the good person. Entity. Whatever. So that would also make sense. And obviously her powers are also not unlimited. Because she also doesn't just go in and fixes things. Of course, it could also be, like, if you're a true deity with, like, unlimited power. I think I mentioned this before. It might have been Taraki. Anyway, I like to think that when you are not here helping me, you're all hanging out in your other reality and just sharing stories about what I tell you. If you ever need me to explain anything again, just let me know. Anyway. What was I going on about? Right, yes, the Grey Lady, right? So if she is really truly a god who is omnipotent and omniscient and omnipresent and whatever, well, she's basically omni. She's everything, right? Then, I mean, you gotta pass the time somehow. Maybe that's her way of doing it. Although, you would think that that too would then at some point get really, really boring. Alright, let's sneak in here. And see if this guy is here. What was his name? Yulnan? That would be him. Or it could be... Or it could be monsters. Okay. Someone's shooting arrows at me. Arrows bad. Ah, that would be you? Oh, fuck. How many fireballs to the face do you need? Okay, I hope the guy is still alive, otherwise this will be a very short expedition. Are you a good guy? Are you him? Oh, you're not attacking, so... Ah.
Tenacious bastards.
Well put. Who are they? Savages? I've encountered them before.
Sunborn. The descendants of those who had the dubious pleasure of surviving the Sunfire.
What is a Sunfire? Do they speak our language?
They don't. I'm not an expert on the subject, but as I understand it, the after effects of the Sunfire crippled their vocal cords.
Why doesn't the Order do something about them?
Well, you'd have to ask the Holy Grand Master about that. But honestly, why would they? To the Order, the Sunborn are just a bunch of disfigured savages inhabiting a ruined patch of land. They don't dare go outside the contaminated area.
Oh, the Sunfire probably being the thing that the guy used to destroy Target. Okay, that makes sense. Has anyone ever tried to heal them?
I don't think so. Researching the matter would be quite costly. And who would profit from it?
Well, the Sunborn, obviously. Alright, what exactly are we looking for?
As I said, 2 objects. The ether crystal and a special kind of alloy. I'll look for the alloy. You look for the crystal. Agreed?
Sure. What is this ether crystal and what does it look like?
I don't know exactly, but according to my sources, it's made of a fluorescent blue mineral.
Okay.
And regarding your first question, it's the core element of the Planeswalker. Think of it as a kind of enhancer of one's gaze into the sea of eventualities.
A lens, gotcha. An enhancer?
Well, the reason so many Arcanists lose their minds is that we as mages constantly perceive other eventualities. Not consciously, but as some kind of background static. The ether crystal strengthens our perception of other eventualities while we wear it.
Oh, it is a lens. Okay, understood. Where do you want me to look?
I suggest you try his old laboratory first. It should be close to the library, so further down.
Okay.
Come on, let's get started. Just come back here once you've found the crystal.
Okay, maybe we should stick together? Have you considered that? Maybe I'm just... never mind. Alright, never mind. So, let's see if we can find some of these bodies that we destroyed or killed or whatever. So he said near the library, didn't he? I should look near the library. Library was the other direction. I think we should go upstairs first. There might be more Sunborn here. They probably moved in after I don't think there were ones here earlier, were there? No, this was all full of undead. Yeah, they may have moved in because we killed all the undead. That would make sense. Yeah, no, there's really no path on the other side, is there? So, a shimmering blue something. Crystal. No idea where we might find this. Ooh, the basement maybe. Oh, there was... I do remember there was one locked trapdoor, for want of a better word. Anybody here? No, it doesn't look like it. And I think it was over here. God, hear me. I think it was over here. Yes. No, this still requires a key, which I do not have. Oh. Did I really miss this the first time? Okay. The hell is that thing? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Big bad crystals. But the big question is there anything that I want? There is something in there. Okay, there is something there. There was something there. I have it. I should really invest in that talent that reduces my arcane fever. So what did I just pick up? I picked a book, and I want to say a shield. Did I pick up this thing? I think so. That was probably not worth it. What book did I pick up though? It looked like a spell book. Yeah, if it was a spell book, then that was absolutely not worth the arcane fever. You never know this ahead of time, right? I mean, how can you? Okay, so where am I? Let's have a quick look around. Oh, this was once a river or something. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel like this is where the crystal should be. This is just an exit. All right, let's go back inside. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. I don't think there is one here. No. Okay. Well, this could be... I mean, they could have buried the crystal, right? Ooh. The Butcher of Arg, Volume 7. I now have all the books of the Butcher of Arg. So that was absolutely worth the little excursion. Now let's go and find him this crystal thing. I'm pretty sure I did not search all the shelves. That's the word I was looking for. And it occurs to me that, oh, it might be in there. Of course, I forgot about that. Alright, let's see if there's another lever that I completely didn't see. It would be probably in here. If it's just... No, it's not. I don't think it is. Well, we'll keep on looking. There's another gate here. That would be it, right? There's a crystal right there. There's a crystal. Okay, so we found it. Just can't get to it. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? But okay, one step at a time. No. Leads back to the main hall. Let's see, there could be a button or a pull chain or a lever. Pretty much any... Yes. I surely did a good job searching this place. I still like this theory, though. This is a very good theory. Now, the plants, they probably weren't here before. Isn't there another one? No, that's the only two? Let me have a look from here. Yeah. Is there maybe another one somewhere that I don't see? Another cloth thing like this. The one on that side? Oh my goodness. That'll do the trick. As I said earlier, it's probably looking at me, staring me in the face, so to speak. See what have we here? Ooh, that's nice.
So, had any luck?
I think so. This is, Why are you here?
Aye, but it's all shards. The roof came down on it.
What? No, that can't be. Show me.
Suit yourself.
No. No, 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 no. That's impossible.
Apparently it's not. So what about my pay?
You'll get it.
Whoa! Wait, what?